A lot of big news came out yesterday for Fallout 76, including the end of Season 16. So if you happen to miss it, Season 16 is set to close on June the 12th, with Season 17 starting shortly after they take the servers offline. Now, we do not know when the servers will actually go offline, so you will need to stay tuned for that. Some players are looking at the community calendar here and saying, well, June the 12th says Skyline Valley launch. It doesn't say anything about Season 16 ending, so it definitely still ends at the end of the month. That is incorrect. Bethesda has come out and said that's exactly what it means. It means that on June the 12th, Skyline Valley patch will launch, which includes Season 17, as this is the way they've always done it. And with that in mind, I want to go ahead and go over a few things that you may need to know about Season 17 and Season 16, as there's a lot of questions coming around about tickets and what things carry over and a lot of other things. So make sure that you stay tuned. All right, question number one that I've been asked the most since all this news dropped, and this is going to be a reiteration of the intro just in case you missed it. It is that 100% per Bethesda, Season 16 is ending on June the 12th, and Season 17 will begin with a new update, Skyline Valley. Now, with that being said, do we know the exact time? No, we do not. Bethesda has not officially announced that yet. But it will be coming soon, and when it does drop, you can bet your bottom dollar that I'll be posting it on the community tab here at YouTube. But if you really want to know, make sure that you're checking the community tab daily, and I'll try to keep you up to date. If you don't follow me on Twitter or on the Discord, I'll also be posting them there. Before we get into number two, my big question number two, please make sure to give me a big Vault Boy thumbs up and consider nuking that subscribe button on the way out, as it greatly helps out the channel and it helps to get the content out to other players just like you. The second question I've been asked a ton is, how long will Season 17 last? When does Season 18 start? Well, we don't know the exact answer to that question, but we can go back to this community calendar and look right here where it says Skyline Valley update in Season 17 for June. This is exactly what the old community calendar showed. Now, with that being said, if you look down here towards September, it says new update in Season 18. Now, as far as what I actually do, I try to get everything done by the first Tuesday of whatever month they say that the update is coming or the new season will start, because I don't want to be caught with my pants down. I want to be prepared and ready. So if I am ready by that Tuesday, then I am good to go and I do not need to be stressed out. So that's what my recommendation would be to you guys, is to just make sure that you're prepared and ready for that to happen anytime starting in September. Now, if I had to guess, my best guess would be that after Double XP that they will probably launch the new update in Season 18, as long as everything goes smoothly with whatever update they have planned for us. All right, so the next question I get asked a lot is about what rolls over. Now, I know there's a ton of new players in the game and some people that may have just missed it because the way that our season is set up is brand new to everybody when it started back at the end of March. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into a lot of the questions I get asked all the time, and I've been asked them a lot since the other day. So let's just go ahead and we'll touch on those real quick. Number one, tickets. Tickets do not roll over. They were never intended to roll over. You cannot purchase them. So they do not roll over. So if you do not spend them by the time that the servers go down on June the 12th, then you will not be using them for the next season. So do not try to save your tickets. You need to be spending them. Now, with that being said, you can start saving your tickets at the beginning of Season 17, so that way you can buy whatever you want. A lot of players have been doing this thing, including myself, because I like it. I feel like it's more rewarding, I guess, mentally, because a lot of us are dopamine junkies thanks to TikTok. Anyway, what I like to do is I like to try to go through the season and pick out which items I absolutely have to have. And when I go through and do that, I make a mental note of where they're at and how much they cost. And then I just go ahead and try to continue throughout the board, and I try to pick up the things that I need to pick up right there off the bat. Now, if you're Fallout first or you're buying the season pass for Season 17, then you'll want to make sure that you know exactly where those boosters are located so you do not miss out on them, because that's why you're paying for that season pass, is to get those boosters. Now, as far as what I do after that, I make sure that I start spending my tickets as soon as I get to whatever place I'm trying to get to. So like on the new season, I wanted the water boiler and the cremator. So as soon as I got to the cremator, I bought the cremator, and I did this on both accounts that I have. And when I got to the water boiler, I bought the water boiler. Now on my second account, I did not have Fallout First, so I could not buy it. Now that I know that the season is ending in a couple days, I went ahead and bought my Fallout First as I had planned to, so that way I could get the water boiler. So I bought the water boiler, and now I will proceed to spend my tickets. I did not get through the season. I will be trying to get as far as I possibly can, because I still would like to get that chemistry workbench that looks like Frankenstein, and I would love to have the barrel mods for the cremator, which is I think 70 something, and I'm on like 60 something. So I have quite a ways to go, but that's neither here nor there. Now, the next thing that I want to tell you about rollover stuff is score boosters. Score boosters are fantastic. If you do not know what score boosters are, I recommend that you check out this video that I have going over how to best use your score boosters so you're not wasting them. So I will be linking that in the description below. It will be popping up at the top right. So make sure that you click on that. If you have questions about score boosters, you can always come back to the video. Just make sure that you're clicking on it so that way you don't miss out on it. That way it goes into your history. That's what I do. I see something, I click on it, I let it run for a couple seconds, like, into the video, like past the 10-second skip intro thing for the commercial. And then that way, when I get done watching the video I started with, I can go back and watch the other video. That's just what I do, because I will forget or not be able to find it, and I hate that. So the next thing I want to tell you is that your re-rollers do in fact roll over season to season as well. Anything that you can buy for atoms is going to roll over, because they want you to spend your money. It would not make any sense for them to say, here you go, spend your money, and now we're going to take it away, because that would just make people infuriated, and they wouldn't want to spend their money. Now, with that being said, the season pass. Lots of players are like, why did they allow me to buy a season pass if it's getting ready to end? Well, when you make a purchase, it is on you to actually decide if that purchase is good for you. Now, season passes, in my opinion, have always been it's kind of a gray area, because I don't think Fallout does it so much, because I do get to see what it looks like, and it's not like Call of Duty where as soon as I go in, they're trying to sell it to me. I mean, they really try to sell it to you. It doesn't matter what you click on, like you're going to see it like 4 or 5 times while you're playing. If you're not letting multiplayer roll the entire time, they're going to be like, here's your season pass. Now, Sea of Thieves, I've played that one before too. That one's not nearly as bad. It kind of is more laid back like Fallout. But with that being said, they still want you to buy it. There's a lot of incentives for you to buy it. So, and that's the same thing with Fallout. There's lots of incentives. Like if you just started, you might want to get the season pass because you got a bunch of atoms and you don't want to spend cash on it, and it will give you those score boosters so you can get through the board faster because you don't have much time. And that's the way they're thinking that you're viewing it. Now, the way I view it is that the season pass is intended to last the entire length of the season. That's the difference between Fallout First and the season pass, okay? So the season pass is intended to last the entire time. Fallout First is a month-to-month thing, and it's paid for with cash. And if you're going to have it for several months, you might as well just buy it for the year because you save a lot of money. I go over that in a different video, so if you want to see that, make sure to check the description below because I'm not getting into all that here. But the season pass is really, in my opinion, meant to be bought at the beginning if you're going to get the most money out of your purchase, basically. Because I want to make sure I'm going to, number one, complete the season. Number two, I'm going to get the most benefits out of it. It's meant to be for, 2 or 3 months. I want to get it at the very beginning. So if you're thinking about buying the season pass for season 17, I would do it on day one. Do not wait. Just go ahead and do it. Now, if you got Fallout First, or you're thinking about buying Fallout First, I also would start that on day one. But for Fallout First, if you really are thinking about getting it for day one, I would get it the day before. And the reason why I'm saying that is because, or even buy it now. If you buy it now, at least you can start using those extra re-rollers that you get. And you could also start to use those extra bonus challenges that you get for your dailies, which means that you'll be getting more score, which means you'll get through the scoreboard a little bit faster, and you can turn on all the boost. But the big reason why I would do it is because A, you get that wonderful atoms that are free. And number two, I would do it because of the fact that you are going to be getting the May Fallout First item for free, and it looks like on Wednesday it's going to be going away. So on Wednesday you'll be getting another free item. So that means you'll be getting 2 months worth of free items for Fallout First just by buying Fallout First for that month. Now that's just my opinion. That's what I did. I'm taking advantage of those extra dailies. I'm taking advantage of the fact that I'll be getting both of those Fallout First items, and I also had things on this season that I wanted to claim that were Fallout First, like, you know, atoms and stuff like that. Like, I wanted to buy that stuff that I have tickets for that, you know, are just sitting there, and I'm like, man, I'd really like to have that. Well, I buy it now. I'm not missing out on anything, and it continues over into the beginning of, you know, this season. And that score booster that you get when you get it, you know, this month, it's going to continue to carry over even if your Fallout First runs out. Now, what won't carry over is the fact that if you have Fallout First, this is not the season pass, that if you get to like level 80 and your Fallout First has expired, you're not going to be able to buy anything that is Fallout First on the scoreboard after your Fallout First has expired. So you need to be managing your tickets very wisely if you're letting it go month to month, okay? The other thing I want to give you a tip on is rerollers. Rerollers are fantastic. Now, you get one every single day. Every player does. If you have Fallout First, you get two. If you're trying to get through the season fast, like season 17, or season 16 right now, what you need to do is take advantage of those rerollers. You can actually use those every day and try to get an epic challenge. Epic challenges will help you get more score. Now, this is the way I use it, is I try to use them when there's a challenge I don't think I'll be able to complete, or it's really difficult and I just don't feel like doing it because I don't have a whole lot of time. And that goes for now, and it goes for in season 17. But if, let's say you get on and you're like, man, all these challenges are super easy today. Well, you need to try to re-roll one of them anyway, unless you just don't have time to complete them. I still would suggest that you try to do it, because if you get an epic, it's definitely worth it. But at the same time, if you end up getting something that's just horrible, and I mean just horrible because you re-rolled it, it's going to really stink. Now, these re-rollers can be used on weeklies as well, so I just want to throw that out as well. So I usually start with the weeklies that I don't feel like doing first, so that way I try to get an epic challenge whenever it's Tuesday. But then after that, after I've re-rolled all my weeklies, I definitely skip over and try to just do my dailies. All right, one thing I wanted to point out while I was talking about season 17 starting and season 16 ending is that maybe players would get a little bit of a boost up, and they could, you know, save their Tuesday weeklies for Wednesday and do them then if they want to get a boost on the season 17 scoreboard. Or maybe if they were trying to get to that 150, they would get it on Tuesday and they could do their weeklies then to help them get across the finish line, basically. But it looks like Bethesda has already thought of this, and we will not be getting weeklies tomorrow. We will be getting just a set of dailies. As you can see here, it ends in 1 day and 23 hours. Just like our dailies say, they end in 23 hours. So that means on Tuesday when these reset, these will not be resetting. I have yet to see or hear anything about whether or not there will be an update to the Atomic Shop. If there is not an update to the Atomic Shop, then I will not be doing a weekly video. I will just be doing my daily update like I normally do, since this is a new issue that has arisen, basically. So hopefully this helps you guys out. Now, this next item I will probably get a bunch of lashback about, but it is something that a lot of players do not realize that you can do, and I've had several players actually make the comment, why can I not just buy the board? Well, you can. You can buy the board up to rank 100. If it's after rank 100, you cannot do it because those are bonus pages. You have to get there. You have to get through them. That's why the 100 XP disappears. But you can buy the board before rank 100. All you have to do is go into the season and then purchase your season ranks. And you can see here there's a slider bar, and you can use it to go all the way across. And you could pick out as many as you want. So you could do all the way to the max. I am at like 60 something, I do believe, in this picture. And anyway, I need 36 ranks left to get to 100, and it's going to cost me 5,700 atoms. So it's a lot of atom. It's 150 atom per rank. So it's not cheap, but it is available if that's something that you're interested in doing. All right, so we went over the season pass. We went over the things that roll over season to season, and we went over the fact that your tickets expire, and we went over a couple tips and tricks for the board. Let's do a couple more tips and tricks so you guys are aware of some of the things that I do. I will be putting out a tip video going over all of my hacks that I use to get daily challenges and weekly challenges done quickly. Now, there's a lot of things that you can do to help get things done very quickly, so that way you're not spending your entire time playing doing your challenges or your chore board, as a lot of people like to call it. It's just one of those things, and the longer you've been playing, the easier it gets to get this stuff done. I can be on and off sometimes in 10 minutes, and on a daily weekly day where we get our weeklies and I try to do my weeklies and my dailies, I can be done in an hour if I want to be, or even sooner than that. So it's very possible to get in and out of the game in 10 minutes, especially if you already have a plan in place, which is why I do a daily challenge video with the Atomic Shop update every single day. Because when I used to work and I was, in the middle of a brand new season and I wanted to know exactly what I was getting into, because I worked night shift, I was exhausted. I didn't have much time because I had to get up and go back the next day, and I worked 12 hours and drove 2 hours. That's not a lot of time for you to sleep or play video games, especially if you're trying to complete a season. So I wanted to have a mental note ready of what to do. And this is the way I decided that, I always wanted somebody to do a video so that way I could watch it, pause it, look at it, what have you. And now I do it so that way I can help out people that have always wanted it just like I did. As long as you have a plan and process and you kind of know what you're going to do, it makes it go by faster. And number two, if you know some of these tips and tricks, it definitely makes it go by faster. But my biggest recommendation to you is if you're trying to get through the season and you want to get to a bonus page or something like that, because the bonus page stuff is brand new, and that is for people like me who finished the scoreboard super early and then continue to play, and then we felt like we were not getting rewarded for playing. So the bonus page stuff was really for people who always made it past rank 100. And that was a lot of players. It wasn't just a few players. It was a lot of players. There's also a ton of players that stop playing as soon as they get to rank 100. And so the bonus stuff is really not made for those players. It's made for the players that were begging for more content past level 100 or rank 100, and they wanted to keep on going, and they wanted to keep on getting rewards. We'd been asking for camp items and less repeatable or consumable items. We were asking for that stuff, and they listened and they answered it because we play longer than the other players do, and so they wanted to reward those players that do that. Now, did I ever try to make it to 200? No. I usually got to like 125, maybe 150, but I never was hardcore. I'm doing my dailies just so I can get through that stuff, because I didn't really think it was all that great to begin with, but I always made it way past rank 100 without really trying. So now I have something to focus on and actually drive me to play more, which I appreciate, because I do like getting camp items, and I do like getting way more repeatables, or not repeatables. I like getting the consumables I actually need, and I get way more of them. So yes, you have to grind to get to that repeatable consumable thing page that people are talking about at 150. Yes, you do. But at the same time, you're not getting a bunch of filler items that you just can't stand. You just have to get there. And if you're trying to get to that page, if it continues after this, for season 17, we've not seen it yet, so I have no idea what they're going to actually do. But if they are doing it, my recommendation to you is finish the season to 100 as soon as possible, because at rank 100, you lose your XP repeatable, okay? So that means that you can get through the season a lot faster with that XP repeatable. So get through 100, because the ones after that are going to take a lot longer to do. With that being said, if you get it done very quickly, you'll have all those other months free, and you can get on, and you can casually get on and do your dailies and weeklies. Like, weeklies are definitely going to be a must. You won't need to use your score boosters, though, unless you really want to. But you can do that and just basically take your time and get to rank 150 without any rush or feeling like you're really grinding it. You can just relax and kind of do it. You just have to grind out the first couple weeks and get it done. Now, we do have double score coming up June the 20th through the 24th, which is going to help a ton. So make sure you're taking advantage of that. Then double XP is July 4th through the 8th. And then we even have another double score event. Now, double score still applies to you if you finish the scoreboard all the way. Well, I keep saying scoreboard because that's the old way, but if you finish the season to rank 100, you still get double score. The double XP, though, will not count for you because you will not have that repeatable anymore. So that's just for you guys to know that as well. So make sure you're getting all your stuff done as fast as possible if you're trying to get to rank 150. That's my biggest advice for you, so that way you know going into the season what to do if you're trying to get there. If you're not trying to get there, then don't worry about it. Just take your time, try to get everything done before the first Tuesday in September. All right, guys, hopefully this has helped you, and I will see you guys in the wasteland. Thank you guys to all my channel members, the Deathclaws. Without you, none of this would be possible, and I love every single one of you guys. Thank you so much for having my back. I'd like to take a moment to welcome my newest channel members, to the Quantum Deathclaws, Wendy, and to the Glowing Deathclaws. Commander Sonak, and Michael C. And to the baby Deathclaws, Mathis Lanier, Kevin R., Ricardo Cruz, Necro Wolf Games, yes, Timothy Sowers, DJ, and Thang Win.